everybody. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a few days, but I'm back doing classes for Beverly from home. So if you want to sign up for any of those, they're 75-minute classes. I'm doing them Thursday nights at 5:30, Saturdays at 10:30. I might be doing a Wednesday at 10:30 as well. So you can check their schedule at beverlyyogacenter.com. So let's get started. I'm going to light a candle. I'm going to use my matches from the jar on my bar. So let's see what we got today. Oh my gosh, I'm getting rid of that one. It's the Pebblewood Country Club. I've picked it out like 4 times in a row. I must have like 10 of them in here. All right, East Bank Club. All right, remember going there for lunch one time when I worked at John Naveen. That's probably where I picked it up. I never worked out there. All right. So there we go. So find a comfortable place. We're going to be doing a flow practice today. Just kind of a quick energizing practice. So let's start out, again, just getting comfortable. You might sit, you might lie down, even child's pose, whatever works for you. And just take a moment to find your breath. Take a couple of deep breaths with those open mouth exhalations. And just come into your practice. So allow yourself to be present in your practice today. And it's not to say that the mind can't wander, because we can't really always control that happening. But what we do is when we notice it wander, we just come right back. We just come right back to the body, come right back to the breath. So when you're ready, you're just going to start moving a little bit, wiggling, stretching. If you're lying down, you'll bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. We're going to roll to one side and just use the strength of the arms to help bring us up. And we're going to come right to hands and knees, to table. So as you come to hands and knees this morning, always check your foundation. You know, if we check the foundation, the areas of the body that actually touch the mat in our postures, that is basically, 90% of the pose. So looking at your hands, making sure your fingers are spread wide, stacking shoulders with wrists. Unless your wrists feel a little sensitive today, then you can take the shoulders back behind the wrists. Knees are beneath the hips. Tops of the feet are resting. If you're cramping in the feet today, you can curl your toes under. So we've got our foundation all set up, and then we move from there into our cat and cow. Inhaling as we come into our cow pose, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head lifts. Exhale as we curl up into that cat, tailbone curls under, we pull the navel in, round the spine, and drop the crown of the head. So moving back and forth just a few more times. Again, inhale as you come into your cow. Exhale as you curl up into your cat. And then the next time you're in your cat pose, so this curled up posture, then we'll come back to a neutral spine. We'll take our big toes together, take the knees out wide, and just rest in your child's pose. If your forehead doesn't come to the mat right away, then stack your arms and just rest your forehead there. Want to let the back of the neck relax, all the muscles of the face soften. We'll take 2 more breaths. And then placing the hands back beneath the shoulders, with an inhale, we'll rise up to table. And then keeping the wrists and shoulders in alignment, we're going to walk the knees back behind the hips so there's a straight line between the knees and the crown of the head. And then with an exhalation, Let's bend the elbows back, lower ourselves all the way down onto the belly. Snuggle the hands next to the rib cage, elbows point back. We'll inhale into our cobra. Exhale, forehead back to the mat. Inhale back to our plank, that modified plank. We'll exhale into a child's pose. So again, let's inhale, modified plank. Exhale onto the belly. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, forehead back to the mat. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, child's pose. So let's go through two more. You're just going to go on your own, moving with your breath. Take your time, no need to rush. Now, whenever you make it back to child's pose, that's where we'll meet. Take a couple more breaths here. And then with an inhalation, we'll come back to our modified plank. Then let's tuck the toes under and lift into our downward facing dog. Bicycling the feet a few times, so our inhalations, both knees straighten. Exhale, one knee bends, opposite heel to the mat. Inhale, both knees straight. Exhale, one knee bends, opposite heel presses down. Let's do one more to each side. And then once you're back at center, both knees straight, we'll start to walk our feet towards our hands, maybe our hands towards our feet, and you'll end up in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Now, if you're feeling any discomfort in the low back, you're going to bring yourself up to about halfway, pressing the thighs back and the crown of the head forward, and just work on length. Now, if the low back is completely happy with this posture, then just let the upper body rest. Feel as though it's just kind of cascading down towards the earth. We'll take two more breaths here. And then with an inhale, we'll all rise up halfway. Take a breath. With your next inhalation, come all the way up to standing. And as you exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. All right, so coming to the front of your mat, with an inhale, we'll take the arms up overhead. With an exhalation, forward fold, just as deeply as your body allows. With an inhale, we're coming up halfway. With an exhale, maybe fold more deeply. On an inhalation, we'll rise all the way up. We'll exhale, the hands to the heart. So let's do one more together. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling into our forward fold. Inhaling halfway up, long spine. Exhale, fold more deeply. Then with an inhale, we'll rise all the way up, and we'll exhale, the hands to the heart. Now go through one more on your own. Take your time. No need to rush. So this is our half sun salutation. You can continue to work through these, or if you want to go a little deeper into this flow, then we'll inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale into our forward fold. We'll inhale halfway up, and as we exhale, downward facing up. Inhale as we shift to plank. Exhale onto the belly. You can inhale into a cobra or straighten the elbows, lift the navel, the belly, the hips, the legs, and just let the tops of the feet and the palms press into the mat. And if you're here on an exhale, you'll just pull the navel in, And come right back into your downward facing dog. Let's take one more breath here. And then we'll gaze forward in between the hands. With an exhale, the right foot will step forward, and we'll inhale the arms up overhead. Letting the hips sink down, pull the navel in, let the crown of the head rise up. One more breath. And then on an exhalation, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale as you shift out to plank. Exhale onto the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So let's look at our foundation. Fingers spread as wide apart as we can. Reach the tips of the thumbs towards one another. The pinky fingers towards the edges of the mat. Your feet are hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Heels moving towards the earth, even if they don't touch. One more breath. And then we'll gaze forward in between the hands, stepping the left foot forward, reaching back with the right heel, extending the arms up overhead. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then on an exhalation, hands come to the mat. We'll step our right foot forward for that Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale as we rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale as we rise all the way up. And we'll exhale the hands to the heart. We're going to go through one more sequence. So let's inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale as we shift out to plank. Exhale onto the belly. You know you have that option of cobra or up dog, and then your downward facing dog. All right, let's gaze forward in between the hands. Left foot will step forward first here. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. And imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another, just creating this very strong, solid foundation. Let's take one more breath here. And on an exhalation, we'll bring the hands to the mat, or, if you've got blocks or, some type of books or something. And then as we inhale, let's pull this left hip back to straighten the knee. With an exhale, maybe fold more deeply over the leg. And I'll just switch over here. So you're just folding over that left leg, taking care of your low back. So you might be halfway up and work on length. But again, if that's comfortable, go more deeply. And just notice the sensation here, the stretch you're feeling. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then with an inhale, we'll come up halfway. Let's exhale, that left knee bent, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Moving through that back bend sequence, or you can always sit this one out. Once we're back in our downward facing dog, we'll take one more breath here. And then gazing forward in between the hands, the right foot will step forward. We'll reach back with that left heel. And then take the arms up overhead for our crescent lunge. So even a little lift of the heart, a tiny little back bend. Let's take one more breath here. And then with an exhalation, we'll bring the hands to our blocks or the mat. As we inhale, we pull this right hip back to straighten the knee. With an exhale, maybe you're folding more deeply. And as you fold here, just allow your body to notice allow your mind to notice the sensations in your body. So I'm noticing a pretty nice stretch here to the back of the leg. So as I exhale, I'm going to try to let go of some of that tension. Getting a little bit more comfortable in the pose. Let's take one more breath. And then with an inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, reach back with the heel and forward with the crown of the head. And with an exhalation, let's step forward, back to Uttanasana. We inhale and come up halfway. Exhale, fold. With an inhalation, let's rise all the way up. And we'll exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last chance here for that back bend sequence. Coming to plank, lowering down. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take one more breath. And on an inhalation, we'll come onto knees and we'll exhale into that child's pose. Maybe keep your arms extended forward or take your arms alongside the legs with the palms up. And just rest here, eyes closed, muscles of the face relaxed. Noticing the sensations in the body, maybe making some adjustments to get more comfortable here. We'll take 3 more breaths. And then we'll place the hands beneath the shoulders. With an inhalation, bring yourself up to seated. Bend the knees, soles of the feet to the mat. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Extend the arms forward. Pull your navel in, chin towards chest. Slowly lower down. Once you get onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side, maybe do some circles. And then we'll set our feet down. Let the legs fall to one side, a gentle twist. Bring the knees back up to center, and then let them go to the other side. Inhale them back up. Exhale again to one side. Inhale them up. Exhale to the opposite side. As you inhale, bring the knees back up to center. If it's comfortable to extend the legs straight and just let the feet splay out to the side, do that. If you're not quite comfortable doing that, maybe the low back is talking to you today, the knees can stay bent. We can come into constructive rest pose. So you would let your knees and inner thighs rest up against each other. Take the feet out wide and let the big toes face each other. Let your arms relax out to the side. Palms rotated up. Close your eyes. Just meet yourself where you're at today. So, just noticing your body, your energy level. Noticing the state of your mind today, your mood. And just allowing yourself to be what you are at this moment. No judgment. Send some love and compassion to your body. And then allow your beautiful, amazing body to rest deeply and completely. Letting go of any holding, tension, stress. And just feel that constant, solid support of the earth beneath you. And allow yourself to rest in that support just a little bit more. Now you know you can stay there as long as you like. You're at home. You can take a 15-minute Shavasana, which is something I would recommend. But if you're ready to come up, then bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, roll to one side, come to your fetal tuck position, and then slowly rise up using the strength of your arms and just make your way to a seated position, something comfortable. We'll bring hands together at the heart. And let's take a moment to set an intention for the rest of our day. Think about how you want to live the rest of this beautiful day, this precious gift. And may you take this feeling of peace and relaxation with you as you go out into the world. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. To all of my students I see in person, all my friends and family, I love you and I miss you. I will hopefully see you soon. Just thank you all, whoever you are, for joining me today. Namaste.